Hi everyone, I'm Amrutha, Assistant Professor from Computer Science Department. Today I'm going to take a small session on data structure, that is a topic expressions. So you all may be knowing about what is an expression is. An expression is a combination of operators and operands. That is, you all know what is an operator is. Operator is a symbol that you are going to perform a mathematical operations. That is an operator. So operands, which are the variables or the we want to perform the values on the based on the operators. So that is the operands and the operators. So expressions is a combination of operators and operands which gives a specific value. That is we calling it as expression. And also the operands which can be of direct values may be the or it can be either variables or it can be the address of the memory locations. So now we can there are mainly three types of expression based on the position of the operator. Operator's positions on basis we can classify mainly into three types of expression, that is infix expression, postfix expression and prefix expression. So now let's check it out. What is mainly these differences between these three types of expressions? So in the case of infix expression, it is the operator will be placed in between the operands. By this example, you can understand that the A and B both are the operands and the operator which is placed in between these two operands. This type of expressions which we calling it as infix expression. So in the case of postfix expression, by the name itself understood, that is post, the operators will be after the operands. By this example, that is A and B that are the operands and the operator which is placed after the expression. That is, the operator follows the operands. This is the operator which follows the operands. The operator will be placed at last. Next is about the prefix expression. In the case of prefix expression, first the operators will be there, then comes the operands. That is, the operands follows the operators. So these are the mainly three types of expression, that is infix expression, postfix expression and prefix expressions. So now let's check it out how we can convert an infix expression into postfix expressions. But before that, we want to understand the precedence order. There will be a precedence order will be there. That is the parenthesis which having high per precedence. Then comes the exponential notations. Then comes the multiplication and division. And last comes the addition and subtraction. In the case of addition and division, the multiplication and division both having the same precedence. Likewise, the addition and subtraction which having the same precedence. In such cases, what you will do is we check the what is associativity. Based on the associativity rule, we check which one will be chosen first. So I told you based on the associative rule, we have been choosing which operator should be chosen first. In the case of exponential operator, that is, if more than one exponential operators are present, what we will do is we will choose the associative from right to left will be chosen. Which exponential operator will be present in the right, that performs the first operation, then only chosen from right to left. Whereas in the case of multiplication, division and also from addition and subtraction, we are choosing from left to right. So that is, if your expression is a plus b minus c, in such cases we will be having a doubt, that is, first of all we want to perform a plus b or b minus b want to be performed. In such cases, we are already told Betas works based on the associative rule. So here, in the case of addition and subtraction, the associative rule works from the left to right. So with the plus operator which comes from traversing from left to right. So first we perform a plus b, then after that only we subtract c from that. So now let's check it out how the infix operations can be converted to the postfix expressions. So for that, first step is we want to scan the infix expression from left to right. That is, we will be having an infix expression. So traverse it from left to right. We're checking from each individual tokens. So the second step is the scanned character is an operand. If it is an operand, while checking from left to right, if it is an operand, we can directly append to the postfix expression. So if it is not an operand, if it is an operator, then what happens is we want to check it out the precedence also. So if it is an operand, we can directly append with the postfix expression. If it is an operator, first of all you want to check the precedence. That means if we are in the stack, we are doing it with a stack of data structures. So if the incoming operator will having precedence greater than the operator which is in the stack, what happens is we can directly push into the stack. That is, otherwise we can pop the operator from the stack. That is, if you want to check it with the operator's precedence rule, based on that only we are performing the push and the pop operations. And also in the case of parenthesis, we don't want to check the precedence here. If it is a opening parenthesis, directly can push into the stack. When we are popping the items from the stack, is that if you found a closing parenthesis, we directly pop, still you find the opening bracket. That is, we can check it out with an example. So this is a given infix expression, that is a plus parenthesis of b star c plus d of by e. If this is our infix expression, how we can convert this infix expression to the postfix expression? Now let's check it out how we can do. So I already told, so in the first step we are traversing from left to right. So from traversing from left to right, the first is the on operand. So if the first input token, it is an operand. So since it is an operand, we can directly append to the postfix expression. So now let's try the next input token, that is plus operator. So it is an operator. So you want to check the precedence. Since the stack is empty, we can don't want to check any precedence there. So we can directly push the operator into the stack. So now next comes the parenthesis, open parenthesis. So the open parenthesis, don't want to check any precedence there, directly push that open parenthesis into the stack. Then comes the input token b. When the b, which is an operand, so we can directly append with the postfix expression. Then comes the multiplication. The multiplication, which is an operator. So what happens is, here say since it is parenthesis, so there will be no comparison between the precedence. So we can directly push the multiplication operator to the stack. Now comes the next input is c, which is an operand. So we can directly append with the postfix expression. Next comes the plus operator. The plus operator comes, what happens is the multiplication operator which is already there. So the incoming plus operator which having less precedence than the which is already in the stack. In such cases, we want to pop the item which is already in the stack, then only we can push the items into the newly item into the stack. That is, we want to pop the multiplication operator first, then you push the new incoming operator plus. That is, the multiplication will be popped out and it will be attached to the postfix expression. Then the plus operator is pushed out into the stack. The next one, the next input token is d. D is which is an operand, since we can directly append with the postfix expression. The next one is the closing parenthesis. When a closing parenthesis comes, what happens is it will pop out the operator which until you see an opening parenthesis. So when the closing parenthesis comes, till the opening parenthesis, it pop up the operations. So only the plus operator is present till the opening parenthesis. So the plus operator is popped out and it is appended with the postfix expression. The next one is the input token is the division operator. So division operator which is plus, which is already there in the stack. So compare the precedence. So the division which has precedence greater than the plus operator. So we can directly push them into the stack. So directly push that into the stack. Then comes the E, which is an operand. So we can directly append with the postfix expression. So now our infix expression is over, but our stack is not empty. So we want to perform until the stack is empty. So I already know that in the case of stack, last and first order principle. So the last one is division. Division first will be popped out and comes the plus, then it will be popped out. So this is how we can convert a infix expression into postfix expression. Now let's check it out how a postfix evaluation can be done. In the postfix evaluation, this is also be done with a stack. So in the case of first step is that if it is an operand, we can directly push down into the stack. And if the input token, which is an operator, when an operator comes, pop the top two elements from the stack and then perform that operation, and the result is pushed down into the stack. Let's check it out with an example. So this is our postfix expression. This is our given postfix expression. How we can postfix evaluation can be done. It is already told it is done with a stack. So first input token traversing from left to right. The first input token 4. 4, it is an operand directly pushed down to the stack. Then comes 5. 5 directly pushed out into the stack. 6 directly pushed out to the stack. Then the multiplication operator comes. It is an operator. So what happens is when an operator comes, it pop up the top two elements and perform that operation. So in the stack, the top two elements is 6 and 5. So multiply this 6 and 5, you will get the result as 30. And the result 30 will be pushed out into the stack. So now our stack elements are 4 and 30. Now next input token is plus. So plus, which is an operator. So what happens is it will pop up the top two elements, that is 30 and 4, and perform that operation. So 30 plus 4, which gives the 34, and that result will be pushed out into the stack. Now our expression becomes empty, so directly pushed out the 34 element. So this is our last result. This is how we are performing the postfix evaluations. So there we comes to the end of the section. By this lecture, I think you understand what is an expressions and different types of expressions we have discussed: infix, postfix, and the prefix expression. And also we had discussed about how we can convert an infix expression into postfix expression. And also we discussed about the postfix evaluation also. So that's for today, and thank you.